what's going on, everybody? Wednesday, July 7th. We had new highs in the NASDAQ and the S&P. They're just fractional increases today. Dow was up too. All three of the major averages were up. I mean, basically, we should all be on vacation right now because there's not a lot going on. Let's have a rundown of the fiscal. Oh, first let me announce that I uploaded my new podcast episode. So you might want to check that out. The link is right here in the description below. Excuse me. Yeah, we should all be on vacation right now because there's not a whole lot going on. Let's talk about the fiscal flows. First thing I want to point out, deficit at 2.26 trillion. That is now 150 billion below the same time last year, where it was last year. So another way to state that, and I think the correct way to state that, is that net transfers from the government to the non-government, from the government to the economy to us, those transfers are down by 150 billion compared to where they were last year. To me, this seems like a significant amount. I mean, it may not be, because the deficit is still 2.26 trillion, which means, 2.26 trillion was still added to the financial balances of the non-government. But that 2.26 trillion is 150 billion less than what was added at this time last year. But maybe that's enough. I mean, that's a big amount of money. But what I've said in the past is, the stock market last year, the S&P was at 32 or 3,300, and now it's like, what, at 43 or 4,400, the S&P. So, we're 33% higher with lower net transfers. But again, maybe it's enough because the economy's opening back up. And, people going back to work. I spoke about the back to work situation in my last video, or actually I think in the last couple of videos, where in that report last Friday, when we had the payroll increase of 850,000, that was way above estimates. What we saw additionally in that report was that average hourly earnings, right? What people are making at their jobs, that was at the lowest level in 3 months, okay? It dropped down 2 months in a row, all right? And that kind of coincides with these cuts in benefits. The whole rationale behind the cuts in benefits for these states that cut it off was like, hey, you got to get back to work. So it seems to be working. They're going back to work, but at lower pay than what they were getting from the unemployment benefits. Now, if you understand that it is an economic identity that national income equals national product. In other words, all the income added up equals all the output. So if the income's going down, by definition, you have lower output. Just saying. I mean, Biden is here saying we're going to have 7% GDP growth, and all these forecasts are like way up here. I don't think we're going to see that. And, to me, the stock market is not reflecting that. To me, the stock market is running on momentum. But having said that, it's still kind of inconclusive right now with these fiscal flows. I mean, they look like they're slowing down, but this could be a temporary slowdown because, again, we're going to start in the middle of this month with these child tax credit payments. So this just might be a little pause. Anyway, that's why I said we should all be on vacation right now. Yesterday I made a video. Some of you maybe were confused by it. I said when it's obvious, it's obvious. It's not obvious right now. So, what do you do when it's not obvious? You sit and you wait. That's all that I meant in that video. I mean, it's going to be obvious. Either these flows are really going to start to tank, or they're going to start to pick up again. If they start to pick up again, you go in, both feet. You go in aggressively because the market will go higher. If they really start to roll over and come down, and I don't know if that's going to be the case, simply because the only real cuts we have seen to fiscal support has been the unemployment cuts. Now, 25 or 26 states have cut. The program, the enhanced unemployment benefits, goes away completely in September, but there's still a few more months. We're just in July, 2 more months for that. Those programs go away, so after September, then it's all wrapped up in a new budget and all that other stuff. But those are the only cuts. All right? So yesterday I said it was like $6 billion a month, but we still have all those major spending going on. I mean, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, everything is there. So it might just be a very modest slowdown in the flows, and that it's going to pick up again mid-July when those child tax payments come. But that, again, like I said, when it's obvious, it's obvious. You sit on the sidelines now. What do we got? Another week when those payments start? I think they start July 15th, if I'm not mistaken. If they start July 15th, I'll start to see it in the flows right away. We'll know what to do. So this is really a period to just kind of be sitting on the sidelines. Now, another thing. The oil inventories came out tonight, API inventories. We had the 7th weekly draw in in crude. We had another draw in gasoline. I think that was the 2nd weekly draw in gasoline. Distillate was up a little bit. Again, I don't see anything in those numbers necessarily that is pointing to or hinting at a demand slowdown. We saw a little bit of a demand pullback in gasoline in the last EIA report. We'll get the EIA report tomorrow. We'll take a look at that. But insofar as inventories are concerned, they keep drawing down. So, to me, just on the surface, that's kind of an indication that, things are still pretty solid. So that's it. We all got to be on vacation right now for at least another week. I think for at least another week. We'll start to have better information, around starting midpoint next week and as we go forward. We still have the debt ceiling to worry about at the end of this month. Somebody sent me an email today saying, hey, there's only 20 working days left for the Senate before they go on August recess. So there's a lot to get done and not a lot of days to do it. And then they go on break. I think it's till September 1st, and then they're going to be wrapped up with the budget for 2022 fiscal year. So, they're a long way. Democrats and Republicans in the Senate are a long way away from, coming together on any new fiscal deal, let alone the debt ceiling, which that could be a problem too. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. Oh, one last thing. How do you like the 10-year Treasury yields? All right? I think they touched a 1.2 handle today. I said that was going to happen. This is, and I sent out an email on this today. This is classic MMT 101. Massive reserve additions, that supply of cash, rates are coming down. All these people for so long who've been screaming like idiots, they're printing money, rates are going to spike up through the roof. No, you don't understand. You're idiots. You're clueless. Okay? A greater supply of money drives the price of that money down. And we're seeing it happen. And I said that was going to happen. Anyway, don't forget, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader, and listen to my podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.